have been working on comparing numbers, and I am just impressed again because again the work that you completed yesterday showed that you guys have an understanding of this. So we've applied our knowledge so far of understanding that 4-digit numbers are greater than 3-digit numbers because they have a higher value. Yesterday you demonstrated how to compare numbers when they have the same digit and the same place value by looking at the next lower place value, and you guys rocked that too. Okay, a couple of you, a little bit more than a couple of you, quite a few of you still need to finish that second page because a lot of you did not create those place value boxes. So I want to look at those really quick because I gave this work back to a lot of people. Their work was done beautifully, but it didn't have all of the directions followed. Okay, so remember, let's take a look at this one. Here on the second page, Aiden created those place value boxes. He showed each digit in a different place value. He made a little key up here. The turquoise is thousands, the green is hundreds, the red is tens, the black is ones. Okay, so this is done. All right. This one right here also created the place value boxes. Look at this. She used the rectangle shape tool and created and drew them in there. Beautiful job to Sophia. Okay. A lot of you turned in this work without drawing those second place value boxes. So your work needs to have a place value box created. Here's another example. Elijah created the thousands, the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So if you got this work back, I sent it back to you, it's because you didn't create this and it's right here in the directions. Use the symbols to finish each comparison sentence. First one, draw place value charts to compare each set of numbers. There's 2 things for you to do there. A lot of you skipped this first one. Draw the place value charts. You've seen 3 examples. So a lot of you, all this review, a lot of you, all these drafts got this work back because you didn't finish that part of it, okay? So finish that up today so that I understand you get what a digit and a place value means, okay? All right, today we are going to be working through our math textbook lesson. So you will need your math textbook. If you don't have your math textbook, then you can watch this now and follow along later with us. But you will need the math textbook. You need volume 1, not volume 2, volume 1. And in the back, there are those purple pages, remember, that say Indiana Lesson 1. That's what you're going to get to, okay? So in the back, it says Indiana Lesson, and it's about comparing numbers. This is what the page would look like. So go ahead and take a look there.
What page is it?
It's in the back. It's IN 10.
Thank you, Ms.
So
Grant.
IN 10.
IN 10, okay? As you're finding that, let me put that in the chat. IN 10. IN 10. All right, you are going to follow along as the lesson progresses, okay? So when the video is showing the writing, you're going to be writing in the same places, okay? So it's just like if you were in the physical school building and you were looking up at your teacher and then down at your desk and then up at your teacher and then down at your desk. It's the same thing, okay? So you're gonna be watching the Zoom video and then you will be recording in your textbooks that you have those examples. So sorry about the confusion. All righty, here we go for real this time. Page Indiana 10, IN 10, okay? All right, here we go. Please find the portion that looks like this. It says, one way and another way.
On the learning target of comparing 2 numbers up to 10,000 using symbols, greater than, equal to, and less than.
All right, here we go. This is our example to open up our conversation about comparing.
We've learned that there are 2 ways to compare these numbers. One way we talked about was using place value blocks to compare so you could visually see which number was larger than the other. Another way we talked about comparing the two numbers was using a place value chart where we put both numbers and put the numbers into the place value chart according to the digit that was in each of the numbers place value positions. And then we would start with the largest place value position to compare. We're going to do some practice activities using these methods.
Okay. All right, this is where you're going to practice. So on that Indiana page in the back of the textbook, it says guided practice. There's a box like this. Find this page. Okay. And you're going to be following along. We will pause to talk about each question as you need help. Okay.
First, we're going to have some conversation here about these two methods and how we can use them to compare two numbers. Number one here under the guided practice says, how do the place value blocks on the previous page show that 3,482 is larger than 3,456? If we click back to this page, we can see that the place value blocks show us visually that these two numbers have the exact same number of thousands. We can see that they have the exact same number of hundreds, but when we get to the tens place, we really don't even have to count them to see that the second number has more tens than the first number, telling us that that second number is larger than the first number. Down at the number 2, it says, Arna said that any number with 4 digits is greater than any number with 3 digits. Is Arna correct? If you said yes, you're correct.
Okay. So let's talk about this. Arna said that any 4-digit number is greater than any 3-digit number. This is something that we already know, and we've proven that we know this because we understand that that 4th digit in a number gives it a thousands value. So even if we only had 1,000 and the other number had 900s, that 1,000 is greater than 900s. Okay?
Because any number with 4 digits, we know, goes to the thousands place. Because when we put it in our place value chart, the first number goes in the ones place, the second digit goes in the tens place, the third digit goes in the hundreds place, and the fourth digit goes in the thousands place. So a number that has 4 digits has a thousands block to it. If it only has 3 digits, it does not have any thousands, which means it's smaller than the number that has the 4 digits. Okay, let's take a look at number 3. Number 3, we can use the place value blocks to compare these two numbers. Again, we can quickly visually see that, I'm going to put a line here so you can see the difference between the two numbers. 1,234 is smaller than 1,243. Quickly, we can see right here is where the difference is. Again, we always start with the largest to compare. Same, 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 same. Right here we can see that the second number has a lot more tens than does, or at least one more 10 than does the first number. So 1,234 is smaller than 1,243.
All right, are there any questions on that problem right there and why that's true, why we chose that symbol? This should be review. Good, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up emojis. Okay, awesome. Justin.
I had a question, but I was just on the wrong book, but I got it now.
Awesome, thank you, buddy. All right, we're gonna continue down 4 through 8.
Now, we can draw place value blocks for each one of these numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We can also draw a place value chart if that's what makes it easier and what makes sense to us. But we can also use what we know about place value to compare two numbers without drawing the blocks and without making a place value chart. We use our knowledge of place value to help us. So let's look at number 4. Just like Arna said, any number that has 4 digits is going to be larger than any number that has 3 digits because of that thousands place. The first number here has 2 thousands. The second number doesn't have any thousands. So right away we can see that 2,561 is going to be larger than 825. Okay, if we look at number 5 and we start with our ones place, we can, start with our tens, our largest place value. My goodness. There we go. Start with our largest place value. We can see that each of these numbers has 6 thousands. That's the same, so it doesn't help us compare this number. So we're going to go to our hundreds place, and we can see that each number has 8 hundreds. That doesn't help us either since it's the same. So we're going to go to the next place value position, which is the tens place. It has 0 tens in both numbers. So we go to our ones place, and we can see that all of these place value positions are exactly the same in both numbers, which means these two numbers are equal.
Questions on either of these two? Scrolling through. These two are review for us for sure. Okay, awesome. Here we go.
Okay, so let's take a look at our number 6. We can see here that the first number has 3 thousands and the second number has 4 thousands. We know that 4 thousands is more than 3 thousands. So 3,722 is smaller than 4,099.
Questions on that one? Here we go.
Number 7, quickly we can see that the first number has 4 digits and the second number only has 3. Like those because they're quick and easy. We know automatically without even looking at the digits that 1001 is more than 999 because 1001 has 4 digits and 999 only has 3, which means it doesn't have any thousands.
This is another perfect example of why it's important to look at the number of digits in a number, because our brains might automatically see a 9 and think that that is larger than a 1. However, a 1 in a thousands place is much greater than a 9 in a hundreds place. It is an additional 100 more. So make sure you're taking a look at what place value the number is in before you make that decision on comparing.
All right, the last one on this practice page that we're going to do together is 8,968 and 8,986. And I'm going to click this link here to move my tools, get them out of my way temporarily, so that I can compare these numbers. Starting with the thousands, 8 and 8 doesn't help us because it's the same. So we're going to go to the next largest place value position, which is our hundreds. We can see 900s and 900s is the same. Then we go to our tens, which is 6 and 8. We know that 8 tens is more than 6 tens, which tells us that 8,986 is a larger number than 8,968.
Questions on that one? Okay, awesome. Here we go. This is your independent practice page. Ms. Thaxton is going to go over the expectations for that.
Now you're going to do some practice problems on your own. For numbers 9 through 19, you're going to use the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to compare the number sets. Feel free to pull out your whiteboard or a piece of paper if you feel like you need to draw a base model block, or if you'd like to draw place value charts to compare each of these numbers. Or you can use what you know about place value to complete each comparison. You're going to need to use your pencil or pen tool at the bottom of the page to make your comparison symbols. Remember, if the tools are in your way at the bottom, you can always click on the broken box at the top of your page to remove those tools temporarily while you work. Click on the pen at the top to get the tools back. When you're finished, make sure to hit the green check button.
All right, so this is your independent practice page that has been uploaded inside of your assignment. So when you click on Add Response, your work is displayed here. And again, Ms. Thaxton was reminding us to use the pencil or the pen tool to complete this assignment. If these tools are in your way, there's a broken box here. You can click on it and it will keep the tool that you selected, and then you can begin working. So if I select the pen tool and click the broken box, it's going to keep the pen tool open for me. If I need to switch, I can click on that broken box again, and then it would allow me to switch to my other item. Okay, so this is your independent practice work. This work is going to be graded. The last 2 days have been practice. Now I'm going to be taking a grade on this assignment. This assignment has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 questions. So this is worth 11 points. Okay, I will be collecting a grade on this, 1 point for each correct answer. Remember, you may also utilize your place value block drawings or the place value charts that we practiced yesterday. Okay? All right, so this is what you are working on now. I want to remind you that several of you have an activity from yesterday that has been returned to you because you did not draw those place value chart boxes. So most of you have 2 things to complete right now. You need to complete the assignment from the textbook, and you need to finish by drawing your place value charts like this on page 2. Okay? All right, I'm coming to you. What questions can I answer about the content or the expectation of assignment? So about how to solve these problems or about what you're doing. Those are the only questions I would like right now. Justin.
On the independent work, I don't know what to do on the on top, the number 10 and the number 11.
Okay.
I won't look a little hard.
Let's look at that together. The question is, what do I do on number 10 and number 11? Let's all look at that in case it is confusing. All right, so we have number 10 and number 11. So this one here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is showing you the directions, and 9 through 19, compare the numbers using the less than, greater than, or equal sign. So inside of this circle, I will be placing one of these signs. Number 10 has a picture illustration for me. I'm comparing this number, and I am comparing this number to each other. And I'm determining if one is greater, lesser, or equal to the other. Number 11 is the same thing. I'm looking at this number, and I'm looking at this number, and I'm going to select one of the 3 comparison signs.
Okay.
Does that clarify your question, or are you still confused?
I'm good.
Okay, thank you for checking. I appreciate it. Any other questions about how to complete the work or the expectations? Okay. So to quickly review, you have a new assignment for today that's going to be graded. I will be on here until 11:15 to help you with that. Then your other thing is if you got work returned yesterday because you did not complete place value boxes, you need to complete that assignment during this time as well. Okay? Your schedule for the remainder of the day, 11:15 is lunch. That is in 13 minutes. So you have 13 minutes to work right now. If you don't finish, that's okay. You can finish it during your work time this afternoon. At 12 o'clock are my office hours. This is open for anyone. If you need help on an assignment, you may log into Zoom and I would be happy to help you during this time. At 1:35, you have robotics and design with Mr. Nelson. Remember, it is day 3. You are responsible for logging in to Zoom on your own by going to Seesaw. At 2:20, you will get back on Zoom for dismissal. Okay? What questions can I answer about scheduling? Genova.
When's recess?
That is also during your lunch. This should say lunch and recess. So you have 45 minutes in here to have that time.
And do we leave now?
If you do not have any further questions, yes, now is a good time to log off.
Okay, bye.
Bye.